Hi all Ultrasabers forums. Today I'm bringing you not only my first review, but also the review of my first Ultrasaber. As you can see, it's an Prophecy V3. It doesn't look like a Prophecy V3, it actually looks more like a Dark Prophecy V3, which has been etched. But no, this is actually a Prophecy V3, which I just customized. I'm not going to do the review of the actual Prophecy V3 without customization, because the moment I got it, I immediately did the customization. But you can get an idea of what it is just by this one. First off, I got it in blazing red. Now, something lovely about this lightsaber is you get this little window, this little tiny hole. If you're good with DIY and customization, you can actually put some resin, like glass imitation over here, and even over here, just so it looks like an actual light bulb lighting up. But it's fine like this. I'm gonna keep it like this. Obviously, this one doesn't shine because the actual the LED module is doesn't let the light through over here. But it's still fine. Now, the good thing about the Prophecy V3 is, as you already know, it has this Anakin look to it. The one that we saw in Attack of the Clones. But that's if it was all silver without this little bit over here. This is more like a Darth Vader look, because like that was the reason why I got the Prophecy V3. My favorite lightsaber is actually Darth Vader's lightsaber, but when using it, I don't think I'd feel comfortable with Darth Vader's one because it feels really thick, really chunky. Whereas the Prophecy V3, it's really sleek, it's really thin, it's really comfortable to hold, the whole structure of it, all the choke parts, it's really, really comfortable to deal with. This is the Ultrasaber I'd use for dueling primarily. Now, this Ultrasaber comes with a CoverTech wheel all the time, but if you're purchasing any other Ultrasaber that doesn't have a CoverTech wheel, I'd always recommend one. It's really, really comfortable. I did get a CoverTech clip as well, and it is really, really practical. It has this little mechanism over here. It's really, really nice when wearing your lightsaber around. Now, I got the standard pommel. I like the standard pommel because it's really low profile, and it's got a really, really deep thing to it, which is a good thing because it stops the battery inside from shaking a lot. Talking about the battery, I got the standard setup for the battery. And as you guys will probably already know, Ultrasabers was having a bit of a problem with a standard setup for batteries because they ran out of battery packs from their providers. They're getting really, really fast through their orders, even though they're a bit behind. But I'd recommend you getting lithium-ion batteries instead of the standard ones like I got. Mainly because the ones I put in, I'll show you right now. Let me just very, very quickly get this. Now, just as I told you, it's really, really deep pommel, it's really nice. If it had the soundboard, it'd be even better because you wouldn't need some extra support to hold the battery in. But I didn't get it with sound because it's not my thing. It's really noisy. My sleeping habits aren't the best, so I'd probably be disturbing all the neighbors around my apartment. Now, see, these are the standard batteries. These are the ones that came with the order itself. These are rechargeable, but you have to plug in the batteries to your electrical socket every time you want to recharge them. So I actually recommend the lithium-ion ones with the recharge port. Sorry. Just because normal batteries don't actually last that long. The lithium-ion ones are really, really long-lasting. and you don't have to keep recharging them all the time. Let me just put this back in. See, as you can see, this is not paint. This is actually heat shrink, which is really practical. Because you know, if you want to paint aluminium, you probably have to use some epoxy on top of it, and there's just too many middle steps involved. You run the risk of committing lightsaber side, which isn't nice. As I was saying, I'd used heat shrink tubing to modify my lightsaber. If you guys don't already know, it's basically this tube that you normally use around cables. And just by applying some heat on it, it actually shrinks to the size and shape of whatever you're covering, which is really practical. Because as I said, if you, for example, if you get tired of these, if I ever get tired of these, I just have to cut them open or even slide them, and that's the end of that. The lightsaber is back to its normal state with this shiny shape, shiny color. As I said, I'm just a lover of the Prophecy V3. Now these are the actual the screws that hold in the blade. They're actually holding the the blade plug. It's a beautiful blade plug. I really recommend getting a blade plug anytime. The standard one is also quite nice, but the circle one, I don't know, it looks more like the ones they use in the actual films. Now I'm just gonna take the screw for you. I'm really sorry about the shaky cam. I wish I wasn't using my phone, but it's the only thing I have to record this. And here we are again. So these are the screws. You can use the wrench to adjust the blade to it. Now these little brass, I'm gonna call them screws. They're a really nice addition to the saber. I just really like a lot of parts to this type of saber, and it gives it more its Anakin look and its Vader look. Now you can't actually use this to screw the retention screw onto the saber. It's just decoration, but it's really comfortable because you can go through it and use the wrench through it, so it's quite comfortable. Now the blade that I got two blades with this lightsaber. First one is an Ultra Edge heavy grade one. Always go with heavy grade. I mean, they're really heavy, but I've been banging about this blade already quite a lot, and it's impeccable. It has no sign of wear. And I'm just gonna put this in for you guys. And look at that. It's just beautiful. I mean, even next to the light, you can still see the LED, which is it's impressive. It's really impressive. Now it's a 36-inch blade. I'm not a big fan of really long blades like this. I'm really short. You'll probably see in a second. So such a long blade is not good for me. But as I said, I don't know if I said it before, but I used the express options to buy the saber because I was a bit of an idiot. This was my first Ultrasaber, so I didn't really know how the options worked. Then I realized you could have chosen the length after it. So what I did is I actually got a really short one, which is a 24-inch. I know it's tiny. It's a Yoda one, but I'm more used to short swords from Wushu, so it's actually a really comfortable blade for me. And since I live in a tiny apartment, I think my furniture is going to thank me for it. The Ultra Edge is just beautiful because there's really good equilibrium of the color throughout the blade. There's no part which shines more than any other. It does look like it on camera, but on real life it doesn't look like this. Just like it looks orange from here. I don't really know why it looks orange. Let's see. You see the color of the TV? That's the actual color. It's beautiful. So, there we go. And Now, I was saying the story behind this saber is I ordered it back on the 18th of January, and I got it the 25th of February. Now they took around 5 weeks to get it to me. As I said, it was because of the problem of the standard battery setup, but they were still on schedule. They were still on schedule because it took 6 days to arrive here, and I live in Spain. That's really fast for it to get here. Usually, any type of mail just takes forever to get to Spain. So if you're in Spain, look no further. You can order lightsabers from Ultrasabers. But yeah, I don't know why so many people complain about the customer service of Ultrasabers. I had no problem with the customers. They were actually really, really helpful. They did take a bit of time to get back to me the first time. Mainly because it was really close to Christmas time, so it's completely understandable. But from there on, like they got back to me within an hour most of the time. And props to Brandon for putting up with me with all my whining, and helping me with my first lightsaber purchase. And yeah, I mean, I really recommend Ultrasabers because it's just it's the non-expensive option without giving up on quality. What I do want to point out is, as I said before, the Ultra Edge blades are really, really pretty. But the one that I'm gonna get next is it's a non-Ultra Edge one. This is actually one that I got from a what do you call it? Like when people go about selling stuff on the street, and it's a non edge blade, which is I believe it's mid grade. You can see it's quite handmade. Well, all of this is handmade, but it's quite rudimentary. Now the problem with this blade is it's tiny. Not tiny as in short. It's also quite short. It's 75 centimeters, but it's too tiny. Like there's no way of grabbing it. I think it's 6/8 of an inch. So we're 2/3 of an inch. I don't know if Ultrasabers does any lightsabers that can actually fit this type of blade. If there are, please let me know. I mean, it'd be great to be able to use this mid-grade blade. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you a bit of blade work. So, just as a final summary, Prophecy. Why should you get it? I mean, it's because of its beautiful shape, its beautiful color, and because it's a blank slate. You can customize it any way you want, and it can be perfect for any Sith out there with the red guarded button over here, low profile button. Great for when you don't want to mess with the light whenever you're dueling. But it's also great for any Jedi lovers out there because if you keep it just silver, unlike I did, it suits any Jedi. It's the hilt for any type of customization. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for your time. And if you have any questions, please let me know. See ya.